Hey everybody, in this short episode of Automation Hunter, we're going to show you how to install and use Genie Clipboard. Tyra is my apprentice. She's working with me on lots of different things right now, and she was just copying something, and she was like, crap, I hope that actually copied. And I said, wait a second, do you have Genie Clipboard installed? Because you can check to see if something's actually been copied if you have Genie Clipboard installed. She said she didn't yet, so we're going to install it. So go ahead and walk through that install process. So the first thing is to go over to genielab.app and put in your email, which she's already done. Then you'll get a quick email that has a download link, and she's at that step. So go ahead and hit the install button there. And what it's doing is just quickly downloading the files that are necessary for this thing to run on your computer. Really, really powerful in terms of what it can do. Just very briefly while this is downloading, I love it because if I have things that I copy and paste a lot, so for example, I like to use emojis in my calendar titles so that I can quickly glance and see what's on my calendar that day. So sales call versus internal call versus mastermind call, they all have a different emoji that I've agreed on with the team. Well, I don't want to go track down those emojis all the time. And so I save them using Genie Clipboard inside the overall flow, which is totally amazing. Like it literally lets you get at those. The other cool thing is it lets you search your entire clipboard history. So I have had it installed on my machine for a couple of months now. And there's a couple of like very common email addresses. For example, there's an email address associated with everybody's phone number. So I'm on Google Fi. That's the name of my mobile provider. And on Google Fi, you can actually get an email that goes to a phone if you know the right format. Well, looking up that format, go ahead and hit finish there. Looking up that format is quite annoying. So in the past, I had to Google format for Google Fi, and then I would have to manually type that in. Well, now I just hit Ctrl Shift V, and as soon as I hit Ctrl Shift V, bada boom, bada bing, I can start typing my phone number, 801-882, and it will pop up anytime I've ever copied that. And sure enough, in that list is that Google Fi number. So I no longer have to remember to Google that because it's just sitting in my clipboard in my history over time. So it looks like it did not launch or it launched on a separate screen. Did it launch? Okay, so that's already been done. So what you're going to want to do actually, Tyra, is close that when it opens. You'll want to go to the start menu and it should be at the top of your list there. And don't worry about the delay. Ron can edit. He's very good at editing out stuff when he posts stuff to the YouTube channel. So are you able to press the start button? There you go. Perfect. So now you can see it saying Control Shift V is how you access it. Okay, great. So let's hit next, and we'll do Control Shift V in a minute after you got it set up. And now it wants you to create an account. And so you can create an account with just a username and an email address, like an email address and password, or you can log in using your Google account. So you want to do, yep. So go ahead and type that in. I'm going to pause the recording for just a second so that we don't share Tyra's password all over. So once you've entered in your password there, it's going to connect the dots. So now you can hit next. And the reason you have that account is because it actually hooks it up to Zapier. So you could even like set it up so that if you copy a certain thing with a certain character, that Zapier triggers something to happen. So that's pretty amazing. Okay, now hit Control Shift V for me, and let's show you what this thing looks like. So here's your clipboard history. It's completely empty. If you look in the settings real quick, you'll see how long it is currently set to save things. So you can hit Alt S or just click on settings. Yep. And it'll show you like, here's how long we're planning to save things for you. I think the default is not. So go over to history for me. Okay, so the default is a month. I did forever. I really, really like having it so that I just have everything. So
Right.
go ahead and hit OK. And we're not going to go into any of those other shortcuts or anything like that. We're just going to leave it like this. Now go back over to the board where you were trying to copy that link. So let's go back over there and hit copy. Yep. And now here's the amazing part. Um, you can hit Ctrl Shift V and see what's in your clipboard. So now it's in there. Now, here's the amazing thing. Let's go. Let's say you have two things on this page that you want to copy. So go back to the page. So hit escape or just click on the page behind. And let's say you were like, you know what? I really want to get the name of this as well as the link. So triple click the link, or excuse me, triple click the name, recurring invoice workflow. And let's do Control A in there to select everything. And then Control C to put it in your clipboard. Okay, now let's pretend we're sending this in an email to someone. So go back to your email and um, you want to hit compose and we're going to write an email to me. So put in Will. Yep. And that's fine. Yep. And you want the subject line to be the title of of what's there. So Control Shift V. And you see you now have access to both recurring workflow and the link. So you didn't have to go back to the page to copy it. So click on it or hit enter. Either one works. So you can do it without touching your keyboard, your mouse as well. So now hit tab and it'll go to the next line. There you go. So now say, hey, Will, here's the link. Perfect. And then do a double enter, or you can put it right there. And if you do Control Shift V, don't touch your mouse. Control Shift V. Now move to the right with your arrow. You press the arrow key to the right, press enter. So without even touching your mouse, you were able to copy and paste that. And now you can just say cool and send. So you can see very quickly, we're going to save you a couple minutes a day. And that adds up over the course of a year. Like that adds up. And so that is why Genie Clipboard is such, and that's just like the tip of the iceberg. This thing's so feature rich. There's 1,000 other things you can do with it beyond what we just described. But that core feature of just saving your clipboard history is mind-blowingly helpful. All right, that's it for this micro episode of Automation Hunter, where we are showcasing the Genie Lab or Genie Clipboard app and all of its awesomeness.